Millie Weaver reporting for Infowars.com. We are here in Irvine, California, in front of a beautiful house in a really nice neighborhood where you would never expect human trafficking to be occurring.
This was the Uber of sex trafficking, where you can get out your cell phone and you can order up a human being and they'll find a convenient location for you to meet.
Authorities say the ring based in Southern California placed online sex ads in 29 states over the last few years. Women brought here from Asia were sold for sex.
The women who were involved in this disgusting work had one thing in common. They spoke little or no English.
The ring bought homes across the metro, authorities say, with the sole purpose of using them for sex.
The victims in this scheme were brutalized, frequently assaulted, raped, and robbed by customers, forced to work 12 to 14 hours per day, and forced to bring in a quota of at least $800 per day for their traffickers.
Now, 2 women are currently behind bars, a mother and a daughter who were ringleading this human trafficking operation. They were referred to as boss ladies. The first woman, who went by the name of Gina, whose real name is Hong Jing, and her daughter, Michelle Wu. They are both in jail to await their justice, to see whether or not they are going to be actually charged with human trafficking. But this operation apparently was nationwide. The bust actually happened in Minnesota as well, when some prostitutes were apprehended. These people worked with multiple people. There were 2 others that were arrested as well, part of this operation that was going on. But it's just a fine example of how even in the nicest neighborhoods, this type of sex trafficking, this sex trade, is occurring. Apparently, the money is too tempting for too many people out there. This gentleman happens to live right across the street from where this took place. Now, can you tell us what you saw?
I was coming home from work, I think it was last Tuesday, and I saw the unmarks all over the place. I knew who they were. And then I saw one Irvine cop in here, but I figured it was a drug bust, and they had some Asian lady on the curb right here, a young lady handcuffed.
So did you read about in the paper what it was involving with human sex trafficking? What do you think about that?
My wife, she's lived here a lot longer than I have. She said that this guy's got priors for all kinds of weird stuff with Asian women, so I don't know.
Did you notice any suspicious activity?
No. Yeah, as far as I remember, there was like a Middle Eastern couple that lived there that were always very friendly. I never noticed anything at all. Our street's just real quiet here. You know, there's not much in the newspapers. They don't tell anybody anything. You know, you try to ask the cops something, they're just like, you know, they like to keep everything real quiet so they can say they're the safest city in America. But, you know, so it bothers me a little bit that something like that serious was going on. It's just like, so what? But then again, I don't know what they would do.
Yeah, I mean, this is a nice neighborhood in Irvine. You would never suspect that something like this would ever be going on in such a really nice, well-kept, manicured, neighborhood.
Yeah, I don't know.
We will keep you guys updated on our trail, our investigation into human trafficking. This is Millie Weaver reporting for Infowars.com.
You think our information's hardcore? You think our focus is brutal? Try our nutraceuticals. Try our supplements. We've taken Brain Force and made it Brain Force Plus. Now with 20% more in the bottle and an even more hardcore formula. You owe it to yourself to get these products. They really have worked for myself, my family. They have 5-star reviews by the thousands. Secure your Brain Force Plus today at InfoWarsLife.com. Now 20% stronger. Again, InfoWarsLife.com.